Hey guys, I'm Mihir Joshi. Welcome to another episode of Just Talk Sneakers, brought to you by our energy drink partner Hell Energy and our biking partner Aether. Now this is a show where we go deep into sneaker culture and I introduce you to some of the most incredible sneakerheads in town. Your favorite actors, YouTubers, content creators, singers, all sorts of really interesting people, and I get to tell you about their love for sneakers. Now today's guest is somebody whom I've known quite well for a long time. I love his work. He's one of the most naturally funny people I've met. He's a YouTuber, he's a content creator, he is an actor, and now, of course, he's also a sneakerhead. Let's welcome on Just Talk Sneakers, the brilliant Neel Salekar. Welcome to Just Talk Sneakers, Neel. Happy to have you here. काफ़ी बातें करेंगे, but finally we are doing having you on a show related to sneakers with
Yes, and I remember when we met last time, you mentioned about this show कि I'm going to do this kind of a show, sneaker show, and finally we are doing it. क्या बात है? And thank you for having me.
So let's talk about your beginnings. How did your love for sneakers begin?
Zero interest था मुझे sneakers में last like 4 years ago. Then I went to Dubai. My first international trip also. And in the Dubai mall, in a Nike store, I first took a LeBron.
Oh, nice.
In my hand.
Nice.
I didn't know it was called the LeBron. I was just at the अच्छा दिख रहा है. I was video calling Rohit and saying कि कैसा देख अच्छा है क्या ये, फिर हम लोग प्राइस ये कर रहे वो कर रहे, and I picked up जो एक, and I had zero knowledge. इतना महंगा क्यों है भाई? And वो हम लोग दिरहम से इंडियन INR कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं. Then I was like कि नहीं इतना महंगा नहीं ले सकते. तो फिर एक some LeBron of like, अभी उसका नाम नहीं मुझे याद. It was a very basic one. It costed me something around 12K. तो मैंने कहा हाँ ये ले सकते हैं, तो मैं ले लेता हूँ. And it started like that, very noob, very zero knowledge about sneakers and everything, and then turn by turn I started, falling into the love of sneakers.
Correct.
As soon as I got to know the stories behind every shoe and I got depth, उसमें जो depth है वो, see, I'm an artist, I'm from art school.
Correct.
So I look for characteristics.
Absolutely.
I look for character, I look for feelings, I look for stories. So I am a sneakerhead, but not you can say I'm a classic collector, or
because you love the stories that are there behind. You know what, you inadvertently said two things which I've been trying to say from the very first episode of Just Talk Sneakers कि कोई अगर नया sneakerhead बनना चाहता है जिसको sneakers की जर्नी शुरू करनी है, तो there should be only two things to think about when you are buying a sneaker. Firstly, do I love it? Does it visually appeal to me? अगर मैं पहनूंगा तो वो अच्छा लगेगा मेरे ऊपर या नहीं? And the second thing is, if you do a little bit of research also, if you find a story and if that story resonates with you in some way, like अभी मैं कोई बात कर रहा हूँ Kobe, I was going to say about Kobe Bryant, and Kobe Bryant का नाम लेते ही I get goosebumps. So if Kobe Bryant inspires you and then you want to buy his sneaker, that's a great reason to be a sneakerhead.
For me, shopping sneakers is like buying a painting.
Absolutely.
Like
it's
every
art
type,
that you can
it's
wear
art.
and walk around. यार इसी बात पे आपका ध्यान मैं हमारे आज के फुटवेयर पे देना चाहूँगा, because he is wearing something which for me the moment I looked at it I was like my lord, it's art. तुम्हारे शू के बारे में बताओ, फिर मैं इस वाले शू के बारे में भी बताता हूँ.
So this I bought in my last trip in June in New York, and I had no idea a shoe like this exists. So I entered the Nike store. It is a five-floor big store, and I just entered, and this was at the very corner of the section. And I was like, what is that shoe? It's a LeBron, but it's a Goblin edition LeBron.
Right.
And it has carbon fiber in it and everything, and I was
It's so
blown
cool.
off, like, what is this? मैंने बाकी segment देखा ही नहीं.
This is
I
it.
just
ये
took
लेना
this,
है.
went to the counter. कितना है क्या? I didn't convert also because I didn't wanted to feel bad कि मैं मतलब अरे इतना फिर मैं सोचूं कि लूं कि नहीं लूं, बोला ले लेते हैं.
क्या बात है. Speaking of art, like look at the one that I'm wearing. That's the reason I picked it up right now. This is a collaboration between Off-White and Nike.
Wow.
And Virgil Abloh legitimately was an artist. The way he thought about sneakers, the things that he did, all of his collabs with Nike were phenomenal. And And this is legitimately like a work of art. Like when I see इस पे graffiti है, ये part colors कुछ अलग
Giving
है.
that sturdy as well as graffiti artsy look.
So tell me about a sneaker or sneakers from your collection that may not have hype, but you fell in love with it and you said, this is one of my favorite sneakers.
Yeah.
What is that?
So after watching this documentary, The Last Dance, this one shoe was continuously in my, like visually ऐसे सपने जैसा रहता ना, back of your mind, and was Moon Particles Jordans. एक दिन मैंने ले लिया वो, and वो पहना मैंने, and the first time I felt way more confident than I ever felt, and that is the first shoe which made me fall in love for sneakers more.
Wow.
Feel like, oh, this is अभी एक perspective था art. I buy it for the art and the beauty of it. एक perspective अभी हो गया कि वो confidence, self-boosting confidence, and I looked into the mirror first time when I wore it, and I was like, wow.
I absolutely love that. And by the way, two things from this for all of you to pay attention to is, one is, no matter how much you are earning, always plan for your sneakers. Think about how much you spend on your sneakers. Think about how you want to grow your collection. Think about the stories. Think about things like this. कि ना यार ये जूता जब मैं पहनूंगा ना, I'm gonna feel like the king of the world. I love that, man. And you know what? There are some incredible places in India now where you can get your sneakers. So with that, let's go straight into our segment, which is called Sneaker Stories, and I'm gonna let you discover another fabulous store in India. In our sneaker stories for today, I'm going to be talking about a brand that was established in the 80s and now is present in over 40 countries. They have their headquarters in New York, and finally, we have Foot Locker in India. You've seen their iconic jerseys, the black and white striped referee-like jerseys which are there on all of their employees in their stores all across the world. And finally, those striper guys are here in India and they are ready to bring on a lot of sneakers and sportswear to all of you. They've just launched recently. In fact, they are the newest sneaker store in our country. And I know that while they are just in Delhi right now, they're going to be expanding all across the country. In fact, in America alone, there are over 2,000 stores of Foot Lockers in pretty much every mall that you can imagine. And I'm hoping that very soon we'll see a Foot Locker in every city and you don't have to worry anymore about figuring out where can I go and get my favorite sneakers. Here's a look at what the Foot Locker store in Delhi looks like. Check it out. Neel के साथ काफी बातें चल रही है. We've already found out how he got into the world of sneakers. I'm going to ask you a few more questions. So the first question I have is, what is the most expensive sneaker in your collection?
I think SB Dunk Why So Sad. I have.
Nice.
I'm not a expensive shoe buyer. Like ऐसा sneaker expensive हो तो अच्छा लगेगा. I'm not that kind of a guy. But the story that sneaker has like struck me very, थोड़ा emotionally hit हो गया मुझे, and I was like no, I have to have this. The shoe is around mental health
yeah.
and anti-suicide या फिर non-suicidal thoughts के ऊपर उन्होंने एक artwork बनाया है.
Correct.
I guess his sister or some,
yeah.
And then the metaphorically जो उन्होंने symbols उसके ऊपर डाल दिए, the question why so sad. So it provokes, it gives an idea, it promotes of talk to someone.
Absolutely.
Talk to someone. Why are you sad? Just talk to someone.
Okay, what is your favorite sneaker silhouette? यानी बोले तो जैसे मुझको जॉर्डन 1 अच्छे लगते हैं तो उसका कलर हर स्नीकर सिलुएट के बहुत सारे कलर्स मिल सकते हैं.
Yeah.
अगर एक कोई स्नीकर बोलो जो which you feel like यार ये मेरी पर्सनालिटी को मैच करता है.
Jordan 1.
Jordan 1 bread.
But because it's the classic design is
Correct.
what I feel.
Yeah.
It's a very classic design and it's the most comfortable also. There are a lot of sneakers which I love, but if you talk specifically about silhouette, then I will go for Jordan 1.
Jordan 1, I love that. Okay. What's the one sneaker that you want to get? ऐसा कोई sneaker है जो अभी तक collection में नहीं आया है, जो which is what a sneakerhead would call a grail, कि यार ये तो किसी दिन मैं खरीदने वाला. ऐसा कुछ sneaker सोच के रखा है?
No, actually. Because I told you, because I'm not that kind of a. Whenever it's in front of me and I fell in immediate love with the design and the color and everything, then I'll buy it.
I love that.
So as such, ऐसे था एक अभी वो भी मैंने लंदन में लिया. That Easy या I guess हाँ Easy मैंने मतलब बहुत टाइम से I was waiting. I'll one day. We also talked about it in the Crab Dog crew. So London, I went and I got a very nice offer, and I love the store also over there. The guys were very helpful and they helped me a lot. So वहाँ पे try किया तो I loved it and I picked it up.
So last few questions, and our energy drink partner Hell Energy talks about taste, energy and power. So ये तीन concepts लेके I'm going to ask you about sneakers. So if I have to ask you about taste, as in what is your personal taste, what would you prefer? Are you more of a Jordan's guy or
Kyrie's?
Huh? Kyrie, क्या बात है? Not Jordan, not Yeezy. He went to Kyrie Irving. And I love that sneaker that you have. I can see it's right behind you. Yeah. It's such a beautiful sneaker. Amazing.
I always found Kyrie's very artistically designed. Like the one which I bought first, it has a flower embroidery on it. I was like, what?
Amazing.
And the other Kyrie also has the other Kyrie I have, it has a flower pattern to it, which is like a texture, and I find Kyrie's the most comfortable in my feet. Like very comfortable for me.
So what's your go-to energy sneaker of the day? You know कि यार आज दिन भर मेरे को पैर पे रहना है. I'm going to be running around from this place to that place. So what's that?
Again, it's Kyrie because I just said it's very comfortable. And second, I would say it's Onitsuka. Nice. I have this one Nippon edition.
Nice.
Which I earlier it's a gift from me from my trainer. I thought it won't fit my leg that good because it's very small in other than the chunkier sneakers we have. It's a very small thing. And the moment I worn, I got into my feet, and it has that curve to support your footbed
inside. Yeah. And the final question I have for you is about power. What's that sneaker in your collection that makes you feel like suddenly ताकत आ गई है? मालूम है? You know how you told a little while ago about that Jordan 13 कि पहनते ही लगता है कि यार it's a powerful sneaker. Is there anything else like that?
Right now, I just bought this one Adidas Infinity.
Nice.
I bought it from Foot Locker, New York.
क्या बात है?
Why I'm saying it's power because जैसे ही मैंने वहाँ पे store में भी checkout किया पहन के, it's little elevated.
Nice.
Okay. So the moment the elevation and वो आगे जाने वाला going forward वाला वो moment है. And I walked around the store. वो थोड़ा मुझे लगा कि it's getting ready. Physically जो चाहिए
that pushes you ahead.
That is power for me right now. So I think that is one shoe I'll say for power.
I love these answers, man. But with that, now it is time for us to go into our deep dive segment for today. Check it out. In our deep dive topic for today, I'm going to be telling you about how skateboarding has become an integral part of sneaker culture. In the 80s and the 90s, when the love for skateboarding was growing in America, kids were looking out for sneakers that they could use for skateboarding. They were wearing sneakers like Blazers, they were wearing sneakers like Dunks, or even Jordan 1s when they were skating. And Nike realized that this is a great space for us to be in. In 2001, Nike hired Sandy Bodecker, and that hire basically changed the game because he came up with something called the SB Dunks, which basically took the basketball dunks, but they added certain features to it which made them perfect for skateboarding. And he hired 4 phenomenal skateboarders who were a part of the skateboarding community to create the first 4 SB Dunks. They instantly sold out, and skateboarding has never been the same. And my special guest for today is Jasprit Kaur Walia, who along with her husband Ravi has actually formed a company called Skate Supply India, which is giving the best skateboards, the highest quality skateboards to skateboarders in our country. Jasprit, welcome to Just Talk Sneakers. Tell us a little bit more about your company and how you see the skateboarding scene growing in our country right now.
Thank you, Mihir. Skateboarding as a culture is big in India now, and it's definitely mainstream. I mean, a few years back, who would have thought that hip-hop, streetwear, sneakers would explode the way, all these have in India. And the only missing link here was skateboards. And with skatesupplyindia.com, you will see that we have the biggest collection of skateboards available in India. You would not see such a collection or the pricing that we are offering anywhere with anybody else in the country. And with our brand, theheartyway.co, we are committed to collaborating with one Indian artist every month to support the culture further. And I am telling you, this culture is here to stay. And the street culture together with sneakers, streetwear, hip hop, and and skateboards, and also in the coming time surfing, it is going to grow at a pace unimaginable. So everybody, I would say, need to learn how to skateboard to actually look really cool wearing those amazing streetwear clothes and those amazing sneakers.
Thank you, Jaspreet. I hope skateboarding becomes massive in a big way, and I also hope a lot more SB dunks become easily available to collectors in India. Neel, you guys have so many incredible things going on right now. So sabko bata do, if there's anything exciting that people should be looking forward to, or something recently that has happened which you want people to go and check out. Aisa kuch hai abhi?
Recently, related to sneakers, we did a good brand collaboration for Orange Juice Gang Anthem with Skechers.
Yeah.
And they gave us shoes for this video, like the shoot, and of course I still own those shoes. They're very comfortable and very, you can work out, run, or you can wear it on a very like a casual day for this. And apart from that, I'm doing daily vlogging, which is the biggest thing in my life right now after wife. You had to prioritize. Otherwise, if she watches this interview, sab jute se maregi. Looking forward to, I'm now in November, I'm going for Northern Lights in Finland. That's one thing I'm looking up to. Like, with my parents I'm going, and that unka first international trip rahega.
Tell me 3 really cool places in the last 1 year that you've been to because of the content that you make. Because I know you've gone for the World Cup, you've gone for the Olympics, abhi Dubai mein the, you've gone for some F1 race. Kya kiya hai yaar? Tumne sab kuch dekhte rehta hu.
Last 1 year, I think New York is that one thing.
New York was for
the World Cup. India, Pakistan, we watched over there. But the other main agenda was to go to my favorite vlogger, Casey Neistat. वो उसका studio नीचे से जाके देखा.
Well, good. I want to wish you many more travels, and I want to wish you, all the sneakers that you want finally get into your collection. Speaking of which, if there's any sneaker brand that you could do a collab with, which would it be?
Onitsuka is one thing which I really feel Onitsuka has a character, and I relate to that a lot.
I love that.
I bought my first leather Onitsuka handmade shoes from London last trip from London.
It's awesome, man. You're like getting deep into the culture now,
Yes.
Streetwear, sneakers, all sorts of cool things. I remember, in fact, adding another element of culture to you when your song released. You guys had a piece of, a graffiti thing that was done in Bandra, right? Around the song.
Yeah.
I also had the pleasure of actually helping do the launch of their song, which was at, I think, Dragonfly. A phenomenal song, by the way. If you guys haven't watched it, please go and check out. Also, if you're not already following him on Instagram, kya kar rahe ho? Please follow him immediately. Follow the Orange Juice Gang as well. They're all doing some really fun, cool things. I enjoy your work, man. I genuinely like what you're doing, and I love that, apart from what you're doing, you're getting into sneaker culture as well. That's the way to grow sneaker culture in India. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. So we found out a little bit more about what Neel loves, but now it's time for me to give you my top 5 picks for today and introduce you to our sneakerhead of the week. Check it out. Time now for my sneaker picks for today. So the brand that I have in focus is Reebok, and the 5 picks that I have for you are the Reebok Classic Leather, the Reebok Club C85, the Reebok Insta Pump Fury, Reebok Question, and the Reebok Shack Attack. Question and Shack Attack were collaborations with Allen Iverson and Shaquille O'Neal. And my special mention for today is a collaboration between a sneaker designer called Salehi Bembury and Crocs. Now the Salehi Bembury Crocs Pollex, which are easily available in India, are the most comfortable pair of Crocs that I've ever worn, and I literally wear them everywhere. These were one of the few Crocs that were actually being resold at a higher price. Everybody had to have a pair of these, and I'm very happy that I have a couple of these in my collection. And the other one that's not so easily available, but maybe you want to get it for yourself, is the new collaboration between Salehi Bembury and Crocs, which is called the Salehi Bembury Crocs Juniper. And just look at these. These are so beautiful, and I'm so happy that I have this pair in my collection. And speaking of amazing pairs in someone's collection, it's time now to introduce you to my sneakerhead of the week. She makes phenomenal content on Instagram, very, very relatable videos, tells you how to buy sneakers from under 5,000 to the most exclusive sneakers. She is loved by so many of you, and I'm sure a lot of you already follow her on Instagram. But if you don't, follow my sneakerhead of the week, who is Ahana Sharma. Ahana, welcome to Just Talk Sneakers. Tell me your top 5 sneakers from your collection.
Hello, happy to be here, Mihir. These are my current favorite. Chicago Lost and Found, New Balance 9060 Inner Voices, Gold Purples, Concept Air Max 1s, Pine Green SB4s.
Hey, thank you very much for being here with me on the show. So this is the hamper that I told you about that our friends at Aether have given you, and also a special customized note jisme saying a little thank you to you. But this has got a lot of things that any sneakerhead would need. All sorts of brushes, soft brush, hard brush, medium brush, all-purpose brush, a cleaning solution, a nice deodorizer spray, and of course a crate in which you can display a great sneaker that you have in your collection. आते ही लोग देखेंगे, बातें करेंगे उस sneaker के बारे में. I hope you enjoyed these, and once again, hey, thank you for being here with me on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Man, I had so much fun on today's episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. We've got lots more happening on Just Talk Sneakers, but before that, make sure you're following my guest, Zee Café India, and me on Instagram, and let's keep this conversation going over there. It's time for me to say bye to this beautiful bike, but I will be back with this bike and with all of you next week once again on Just Talk Sneakers. This is Mihir Joshi saying bye-bye.